I am borderline shaking as I prepare to share what I'm about to share. This is about to be so earth-shatteringly massive, and just sit down, listen with an open heart, an open mind, and know that really, really exciting things are on their way. Okay, let me start. I embarked on a shamanic master plant dieta studying under the Shipibo Amazonian tribe a few weeks ago. And this lasted for 10 days. I was completely without my phone, distractions, social media, nothing from the outside world, no 5G. I'm in a blue zone. And I spent this time surrounded by shamans and surrounded by master plants and the medicine of the plants and the medicine of the earth. And I was physically contacted by my extraterrestrial family. And there was a parallel to my initiatory contact experience last year. And I'm so grateful that I had that experience last year because it prepared me for what I just experienced. And there's a lot that I want to share with what this entailed and what you can expect, because I was given a lot of information about what is about to happen on our planet. And this is about the final liberation of humanity from what they refer to as the false planetary grid template. And this involves the liberation from the dark forces who have been managing our planet. There's something called planetary management. These dark forces are no longer on our planet. They have been cast out to what we might refer to as prison systems. But the way that the Galactic Alliance and the Galactic Federation view prison is very different than us. It's actually a spiritual rehabilitation center area, where those prisoners have to attain a certain frequency in order to free themselves, which is a frequency of love and unity. We have a lot to learn from them. What I learned, my God. Number one, oh my God, this is so big. This is so big. We are all, as vibrating particles, we are all crystallized wave functions and crystallized thought patterns. And so it was interesting because they were showing me as we raise our vibration, we quite literally change our molecular composition. And this makes us unrecognizable and even sometimes invisible to the people who recognized us or knew us by our previous thought patterns and programs, because that's really all we are in crystallized form. And the ships, there's so much to say about the ships. So let me show you my view right now. It's just jungle and mountains. There's nothing back there, no civilization back there. So the ships have come in every single night. I've been here for the past 3 weeks. They come in kind of up through the mountains and down through the jungle. There are all these beautiful, like white glowing orb lights. And it's so fun because everyone I was here with witnessed all of this too. And they witnessed a very specific event where I was directly communicated with, that I'll share with you in a minute. But they have different kinds of ships. There was one that came over the mountains that initially, this was around like 3 a.m.-ish. It looked like a plane at first, and then it was like flashing red and green lights, and then it changed shape, and then it darted up, and then it darted to the side. And then the most beautiful thing I've ever seen showed up, and it was this beautiful luminescent green, almost like a manta ray ship. Kind of looked like the manta ray from Moana, if you've seen that. And it just came gliding over the mountain, and it didn't make a noise, but I felt an electric charge in my body, that it was like zzz, zzz. And one of the woman I was doing this retreat with was standing next to me before she went to bed. She wanted to see all this too. And I just had such an emotional reaction. And I said, the last thing I remember saying is, oh my God, they're here, it's my family. And that's all I could say. And then I had to sit down, and my body was just taken over, and I was moving, which they did for me last year in my initiatory contact experience. So I recognized this energy signature. I knew this was them. And I immediately, they commandeered, with my permission, they commandeered my consciousness. I received this clear telepathic communication. It was like I was there, like through my eyes, I was seeing in the ship. And I was seeing dimensions that we can't interpret with our physical senses. How do I explain this? I received a clear telepathic knowing. Like I knew I was on a Lyran ship. They showed me I'm from the Vega star in the Lyran constellation. I was a part of the original seeding of the human genome. My partner and I, my husband and I, which that's another thing that I'm supposed to share with you as well, because this is massive. We are geneticists, and we were there for the original, seeding of the human genome in Lyra, the Man Kepler 6-2 system. Yes, and oh my God, okay. So the ships are piloted by consciousness. The ships are piloted by consciousness, and you lock in, it recognizes your genetic signature. So whatever star family, whatever soul origin group you belong to, if there's a ship that comes in your vicinity or into contact with you, they will communicate with you by locking into your frequency, because you really are a soul frequency match. And so I was locked in. I knew I was able to navigate the ship through my own consciousness. And they taught me that this is why it's so important for humans on Earth to learn to control their thoughts and manage their thoughts, because what people here don't realize is that your thoughts are all being broadcasted constantly. They're just always emitted out into the unified field. So no thought is private. And your thoughts are creating your reality, and more so, they're creating you and your molecular makeup. Intrusive thoughts, impulsive thoughts, that's kind of a different thing, because, there's a lot to that, but there's no intention behind them. So intention is really the driving force here. Control what you can control is really what they want you to know. And inside these ships, it's amazing, because in the Lyran ship, for example, I was taken onto an Arcturian ship, a certain form of Andromedon ship, and they all look different, and they have different colors and modalities and dimensions to them. And hang on, there's something I'm supposed to say. Okay, I'm supposed to tell you more about my experience and what I was told. First and foremost, I just want to say, for people who think that these are demons, you're about to have everything you think you know about religion, about religious figures, about our true history, education, politics, government, everything is about to be flipped on its head, because we've been living an inverted script. And that's what's happening here, the return of Enki, Ea. God, there's so much here. We are returning, all of us have a role in this. We are returning the original blueprint to our planet and to our species, as we are able to now ascend, quote unquote, or expand into interstellar consciousness, which is unity consciousness or Christ consciousness. I have to do a part 2, because there's so much more I need to say.